Hi everyone, Sarah here. Okay, so hopefully this will go well. I'm trying this angle now. We'll see how we do. I haven't got anywhere to put my phone against things except my bookcase, and that's not giving me the angle I would prefer. So here we are. Anyway, so this video is going to be a book talk. Yes! I finally finished a book, and it's an actual book, not a graphic novel. I finished it. No, it is not City of Fallen Angels. I am not enjoying that book. I will get to it when I get to it. But you can probably guess what book it might be by my outfit, which you can only see the hat of, really. But that is George R.R. Martin's A Game of Thrones. And it's the illustrated edition, so there's lots of lovely, lovely illustrations in it. And for like the first time ever, I took detailed notes. So I decided this book would be for it, and I actually stuck to it for a change. Look at this. Look at it. So many notes. So many. Okay, so my thoughts. I really enjoyed this book. Like, really enjoyed it. And I am buying the second book on Friday, and I will be reading it because that's when we meet my favorite character, Brienne of Tarth, and I am so excited. And tomorrow I'm going to be watching the first season with my brother, so I'll see how it measures up against the book. Anyway, it's so detailed and well thought out. Like, I'm like, how do you keep all of this straight, man? There's so many characters. And I know we get even more later on, and I'm like, how do you do this? Backstory is slowly coming together. Like, if you've watched the show or done as much research as I have, then you know what backstory I'm talking about. And as you read the first book, you can see it, and you're like, oh. Oh, also, spoilers! Spoiler alert, I will put it in the title, but in case you ignored the title, spoiler alert is now in effect. Take note. Alright. The preface was so good, like, by the person who did the preface, which was John Hodgman. I don't know who that is, but I liked his preface. It was really good. I really enjoyed the prologue. Like, that was haunting. It was so chills. Okay, Robert is an idiot, but we knew that. They're all really young. Like, I can't get over how young the characters are. Like, Ned's only 33 years old. 33! Like, Sean Bean looks like he's 50-something. But in the books, he's 33. He hasn't even made it halfway. And then John and Rob are 14. 14 years old. 14! And John's signing his life away at the Night's Watch. 14! You've barely gone through puberty. If at all. I don't know when you started. Sansa is 11 and getting betrothed and, like, 11 years old. Arya is 9. Bran is 7. 7! Rickon is 3. 3 years old! Dany is 13 and she's getting married! Okay, admittedly, that did happen in Africa from what I saw in the villages. It sadly still happens, but it doesn't make it any less horrendous. Love Ned. Respects the old gods, and out of all of the religions I've seen so far, they make the most sense to follow, to be honest. And he's terrified a lot, and I'm like, smart man, you should be. Catelyn is annoying and treats Jon terribly, and I'm just like, do not blame the son for the sins of the father. Or in this case, the supposed sins. John is adorable. Direwolves, so little. They're little pups. I was just like, I did not realize you got them so late. Like, I mean, early in the book, but late in life. They're pups. Arya just, oh, poor thing. She gets called Horseface and is really jealous of Sansa because Sansa can't seem to do anything wrong. And Arya can only do things wrong in everyone's eyes. And it's just like, poor Bran, sweetest little boy. And the direwolf gives him strength. So we had Jaime is annoying at the moment because he's full of Cersei's manipulation and in her thrall, and he pushed Bran out the window. And Summer is the only thing giving him strength, which freaks Catelyn out. She can't handle the direwolves and the bond they have with her children. Tommen is so cute. He was in his padding and all rolled up, and he's like, oh. Joffrey is a jerk and a coward. Tyrion seems lovely. His chapters are some of my favorites. They use so many book quotes in the show. The art style is gorgeous. Theon is a prick. Omens, all of the omens, like the stag killing the direwolf. Oh. Oh. Viserys is horrible, can join Sebastian in that. Worst brother in the world award. Woken the dragon. Excuse me, you ain't no dragon, you are a bumbling idiot. Khal Drogo seemed actually gentle on the wedding night, which I found interesting. That changes, and then Dany has to learn to adapt, and it's a... Honestly, there was no love in that marriage. It didn't last long enough. Gives Dany an awesome horse, though. You have given me the wind. Dragon eggs! Ned didn't want to be hand. Smart man. Awesome pick of Bran in this, with him flying over the... climbing the... yeah. Like, making a flying leap to the other roofs. Littlefinger up to his tricks already. Cersei has a surprising amount of influence over Robert. I was not expecting that. Okay, then later on I read up to page 246 and Lady is dead. Sansa is stupid, hate Joffrey and Cersei. Would have loved to have seen the South react to direwolves. Come on, it would have been so cool to see direwolves in King's Landing. But no, Nyarmira is forced to run away and Lady is dead, so. Hate Littlefinger, bastard is way too smart. Bran is awake, and the three-eyed raven is already talking to him. Tyrion is awesome. This book is only making me love him more. Jon may be foolish, but he is endearing. Alistair Thorne is a complete tool. Jorah Mormont is a smart man. Good too. Benjen has gone missing. The politics in King's Landing are tiresome. Like, Robert is useless and an idiot with far too much ego, which is like the worst kind of idiot, especially when they've got like unlimited power. Catelyn is far too rash and also an idiot. Her children need her, and she goes half-cocked to get revenge. It will just lead to war. You idiotic woman! Ned is wise but powerless and too honourable for the Slytherin's game that is King's Landing and the Game of Thrones. Arya feels guilty for Micah and Mrs. Winterfell, and Nymeria is a smart girl. Begun her dancing lessons. Sansa is foolish and not at all endearing at the moment. Naive to the extreme. The crown is in debt. 6 million dragons! The F, Robert! You idiot! Oh, he is such a moron. Rob is showing signs of being a good leader, but still only 14 years old. He shouldn't have to deal with it. Poor Rickon will have severe abandonment issues by the end of this. Then I have some quotes that I love. So on page 238, Ned says, Arya, you have a wildness in you, child. The wolf's blood, my father called it. Lyanna had a touch of it. My brother Brandon had more than a touch. It brought them both to an early grave. And then on page 24 he says, let me tell you something about wolves, child. When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Summer is a time for squabbles. In winter, we must protect one another, keep each other warm, share our strengths. Sansa is your sister. You may be as different as the sun and moon, but the same blood flows through both your hearts. You need her, as she needs you. And I need both of you, God's help me. See? So wise. Also, Summer got a name and is a buff. She killed that assassin. Arya underfoot looks up to her dad so much. Okay, and then I got to page 508, and Catelyn is an idiot. Why? She kidnapped Tyrion, leading Jaime to attack Ned and kill his guards. Poor Jory. She doesn't think of the repercussions for her actions. Think, woman! You were meant to be a bleeding adult here. Lysa is creepy and creepy AF and stupid. Robin is a spoiled brat. Tyrion proves how smart he is with a trial by combat win, thank you Bronn, and teams up with the Mountain Men. Ned being smart and trying to send his girls away. Sansa is still naive AF. Littlefinger's plans are sadly working. Bran gets his saddle, yay, but attacked by wildlings and deserters, boo. Met Osha growing more and more unimpressed with Theon, far too rash and bloodthirsty. Direwolves to the rescue, yes! Because Bran got attacked by wildlings, and the direwolves pretty much saved the day. Catelyn finally heading home. Old Nan tells the best stories. Creepiest picture of an ice spider in that book I've ever seen. Like, I'm not one to get freaked out by spiders. I actually kind of like them. But that one? Hey-ya! She tells the best stories. Growing to despise King Robert more and more. Dany slowly getting used to Dothraki and Khal Drogo. Not as nice sex now, but pregnant, yes. Her horse riding is wonderful. It's one of my favorite aspects. Vast Dothrak sounds like a fascinating place. Viserys is proving to be both the stupidest and maddest character so far. Deserved to walk back, also cruel to his little sis. Why is Dany still helping him? Why? Dragon eggs are warming and the dragon dreams. Sansa still having wolf dreams? Is Lady not dead? Much prefer the old gods to the stupid seven. Also so damn young, Beric Dondarrion is only 22 and Sansa thinks that's old? He's 22! Mountain that rides, horrifying, his poor horse. Like, he loses in a joust to Soloris. So he kills his horse. And then tries to kill Soloris and Sandor stops him. But I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And then poor Sandor, the hound, it's like, heed his warnings, Sansa, or little bird. Like, I don't know how I feel about him, but he's wise. Soloris appears to be a glorified peacock. And then I got up to page 843, and that was the last page in the thing. So, thoughts. So Ned was rather foolish and should have trusted Renly, even if he is a peacock. Noble, I'll grant you, but honor has no place in King's Landing. And now look, forced to admit traitor, and now dead, leaving Sansa with no protection. Promise me, Ned. I swear, will haunt my dreams now. It was like in every chapter that had Ned's pulse. He was a wise man, but foolish. We will not see his like again. I will miss him. Honestly, I was so sad when he died. I was just like, I knew it was coming. But it doesn't make it any easier. Arya was smart enough to flee and hide when Ciri was killed, managing to survive the streets. Yoren has now taken her to safety. She is a smart girl. Sansa has finally realized the magnitude of her folly and that she is nothing more than a smiling prisoner. Too little, too late. Poor Jean Paul. Littlefinger has her now, thanks to Sansa's naivety. Lost all protection. King's Landing is now a mess. Joffrey is a moron, even Tywin admits that. By murdering Ned Stark, he has lost all hope for peace. His true colours are now showing through. Cersei has finally some of the power she craves, but she can't even control her own son. Pathetic. Smart woman, but not smart enough. Pathetic, you can't control your own son. My parents would never let me get away with any of the stuff that Joffrey does, and that is without resorting to threats or violence or anything like that, and she can't do anything. Honestly, she's not fit to be a mother. Hate Littlefinger. Hate him. He needs to die. Very frustrates me, because honestly, I'm like, I don't know where you stand. I really don't. So Merlin Trant is a cruel bastard. He should join the mountain. A match made in heaven, I am sure. Still unsure about Sander. Like, honestly, I have no idea how to feel about that man. Tywin Lannister is smart and cunning, but a terrible father, horrible to Tyrion, and already given up on Jaime. Jaime is now captured, and ego gets you nowhere, dude. Like, he's already given up on Jaime because he's assuming he's going to die, and so he's putting some faith in Tyrion, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad you're putting faith in Tyrion, but don't give up on your son. Also, you should have had faith in Tyrion long before this. Tyrion, as awesome as ever, declared hand of the king, more power to him. Also a vamp in battle. Like, he wields an axe and he takes care of business. Meh regarding Shae and Bronn. Renly has gone and declared himself king like an idiot. The Tyrells have entered the game. And it's just like, what claim do you have? You have an older brother. Yes, you may be more popular than him, but what claim are you trying to use? Robb officially king in the north. Woohoo! 2 battles won! Yeah! Catelyn is still annoying. Go home. Your boys need you. Like, now she's staying with Robb, and I'm like, no, go home. Rickon is 3. He needs his mother. Love the Blackfish. Love the Blackfish. He's awesome. The Freys are here. Oh joy. And Roose Bolton. And the Castocks. Bran is having green dreams. Maybe Rickon too. The crypt scene was so powerful. Bran is wise beyond his years and listening to Osha. Like, it was haunting. When they went to the crypts and Rickon was like, Father will be here. I saw it in a dream. Father will be here. And it's like, you saw his bones returning to Winterfell. Child, you just didn't know it. Rickon and Shaggy Dog are growing more and more wild. The wolf's blood. He's 4 now. Abandonment issues showing. And he's just like... Like, Shaggy Dog attacked Maester Lunwyn. Maester Lunwyn refuses to open his mind to new ideas, and I'm growing rather fond of Osha. She's quite... I like her. Winterfell is seriously defenseless. We have Sir Roderick, and then a bunch of old and really young people. This is like, the battle for Helm's Deep. You remember? I know they won, but that was because reinforcements came, but they only had the old and the really young. Loved the scene in the Godswood with Bran and Osha when Osha's like, who do you think brings the wind if not the gods? I was just like, smart woman. Jon has been made Lord Commander Steward, the Stark blood. Like, when Vero was explaining his reasoning, he was, like, talking about how the Stark's blood of the first man, it was a... Yeah. Ensured that Sam was made Maester Aemon Steward, yes! And saves Jorah from a wife who was given Longclaw. Weirwood's scene was chilling. Sam, Gren, Pip, and the others stop him from doing something very foolish, and then Master Aemon Targaryen talks some sense into him. So, like, we have Alistair Thorne, who's complete... I don't even know how to handle that man. He's awful. Jor is good, but he's pointed out the weaknesses of the Watch. They only really get sent criminals. And not enough. So, yeah. Dany was so stupid to touch that priestess chick, and now her son and husband are dead. But she hatched her dragons and discovered she doesn't burn. Dragon literally suckling at her. Loyal blood riders. Also, Viserys is dead. Good riddance. Everything is now very tense. Further confirms I hate politics. Why would anyone want to be king? All it does is lead to tragedy. So many characters. Overall, I think I enjoy Tyrion and Bran's chapters the most. Now onto A Clash of Kings. So I will add a few more thoughts into this. So I liked the friendship that sprung up between Jon and Tyrion. I thought that was awesome, and I hope we see more of it in later books. Yeah. And honestly, things are a mess at the moment. Like, Joffrey may be king, but King's Landing is a mess. With the Hand gone and Merlin Trant being a Kingsguard, and then Sir Barristan Selmy was dismissed, which was one of their stupidest decisions. Even Tywin will say that. And then... so many things. Like, I really don't get what goes through Cersei's head. Because I'm just like... You can't control your son, and your son then kills Ned Stark, who everyone agrees is one of the most honourable men. So, what allies are you going to get out of this? And I just... You make no sense. Ugh. And... Ugh. I hate politics. I truly do. I hate it. All it does, it seems to be an excuse to backstab each other in the back. And it's like, everyone wants the throne. And I'm just like, all it does is cause people to want to kill you because then they want the throne. Like, honestly, if I had to choose a place in Westeros to go, I'd either stay in Winterfell or join Jon at the Wall. Because while the Wall may be a mess, at least you don't have to worry about that. Because they stay out of the realms of men politics. Speaking of the Wall, the Wolf's Woods, the Heart Tree scene when they pledge before the Weirwood, him and Sam, and then we find their bodies and everyone is refusing to stay white, even though all the evidence is pointing towards it, and then Alistair Thorne is an idiot because he only wants powerful soldiers at the Wall. I'm like, excuse me, you need brains too. And Samwell Tarly seems to be one of the few people who has a brain. And so he gets made Master Aemon Steward thanks to Jon, which is just brilliant, because Master Aemon is getting on in years, and his previous steward couldn't even read or write. So, And Jon is a bit of an idiot, because he was determined to become a First Ranger and didn't see why he was made the Lord Commander Steward. He was really upset about it until Sam pointed out, it's because Jorah Mormont wants you to become Lord Commander. So he's getting you to follow and see what he does. My father used to do with me before, well, my brother was born. And I'm like, yeah, Randall Tarly, you sound like a prize. You can join Tywin in being horrible parents. Like, Sam was describing what his father did to try and make him not a coward, and it only made him more scared. And I was just like, if that tactic isn't working, why do you keep getting progressively worse? Like, there are these people who force him to bathe in blood, and supposedly that will make him not craven. True courage is not the absence of fear, it's acting despite being afraid. Anyone who with half a brain knows that. And I just... Though I love how Jon won over, like, all of the new recruits and started teaching them to fight because they don't like Alistair Thorne, and it was just like, yeah, go Jon, go Jon, go Jon. And then What else happened? I think I covered everything. I really enjoyed it and I'm looking forward to Clash of Kings. I hope you enjoyed this sort of nonsensical review, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. I am really curious. I know I'm like last on the bandwagon with this. I will do a video explaining why I'm so late to the game with Game of Thrones, because, or A Song of Ice and Fire as the books are called, because I feel like that needs to be addressed. It'll be a bit like my thoughts on the Shadowhunter series, just explaining why. And yeah, so that will probably be my next video after this. And link to my last video here, hopefully. Instagram down in the description. And yeah, like, leave a comment, or maybe subscribe if you enjoyed. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!